And yeah, the tracker works really good. Just one thing that they don't tell you is that it does not work on hybrid cars, or at least it didn't work on either of my Priuses. I have a 2012 Prius C and a 2005 Prius. Did not work on either of them, so I assume it will not work on any hybrids or probably electric cars either. I think it has to do with the engine shutting off when you're at traffic lights. I kind of worry too because a lot of newer cars have that feature where the engine shuts off at traffic lights, even ones that are not hybrids. I think could be wrong about that. But what would happen is whenever I would stop at a stoplight or a stop sign, the tracker would kind of shut off and it would say that the car is parked, which wouldn't be too big of a deal if it would start working again right away when you start driving, but it would be really delayed when the car started driving. And the problem is by when you actually park the car and turn it off, it'd be so delayed that it would usually, the last location it would have would be like 3 blocks away, which is totally useless as a tracker. You don't want that. If it gets stolen, the only reason I have this is if my cars get stolen, I can find them. So it was useless for that. But I got a Bouncie tracker. I'm going to do a review on that next. That works for my Prius fine. These will cost about $50 if you buy them from the store. And you pay $15 for the activation fee and then $10 a month after that. But you can find some good deals on eBay. Like you probably find a used one for like $25. I think I saw ones before. Like here's one here. There's some bidding on it. You might be able to get this for $25. Recommend looking on eBay, and I would recommend using the link that I use at the bottom of my video because I get a very small commission if you buy anything after clicking on that link. This has some features that the Bouncie tracker does not, though. By the way, the Bouncie tracker is only $8 a month too. So when you buy the Bouncie tracker, it's $75 including tax and everything for the first month of data and the tracker, and there's no like other fees or anything. And if you bought this for $50 plus the $15 and then the $10, it'd actually be the same price, but the monthly fee is $2 more. But this one, it has a 24/7 roadside assistance, which is great. It comes with roadside assistance. If you're paying for like AAA, it would save you money on that. You wouldn't have to pay for that anymore. And it also, you can get hotspot with it, but apparently I was looking through the reviews and it comes with 2 gigabytes of like, or it comes with like a Wi-Fi, basically a hotspot Wi-Fi you can use in your car. I think it comes with about 2 gigabytes. So I was looking through the reviews, and apparently if you use up the hotspot Wi-Fi, the device stops tracking. I don't know if they'd fix that or if that was something old, but that sounds really bad. I mean, it should be separate. And then here you can pay for more to get more of the Wi-Fi here. But I mean, you could just pay and use that on the hotspot on your phone anyway, so it seems kind of pointless to me. Here's what the app looks like on your phone. Some other features this has that Bouncie doesn't have. I think a really good one is it'll monitor like trouble codes. And this is the OBD2 port, is what like a mechanic would use. They'd plug a computer into it to look up trouble codes and info in your car. So if you get like a check engine light, or sometimes trouble codes can come up without a check engine light, you get a warning if you set it up as an alert right here, which is really cool. And it'll monitor your fuel level. It just shows you right there. When you click on it, it shows you a map with nearby gas stations with the prices. Show you recalls, battery voltage, and it has like a maintenance thing. I think this is just more to put your own logs in, really, to keep records of it. And here's what the tracking looks like here. It seems really accurate. It keeps a ton of old trips for you. I'm not sure how much of it it'll save or if it gets full eventually. Tested it out. It seems to get the address pretty accurate. It'll usually be right at the address or maybe like 1 or 2 houses away, at least in like the middle of a decent sized city. And one other thing it'll do is you can set up alerts for this too on your phone. It'll let you know if it detects a disturbance. I think it like hooks up through, I guess, how an alarm system would. That'll come up for really minor stuff. Like on 4th of July, fireworks were going off. It set it off. I think I like put something on the roof of the car or something. It set it off. When you like get in the car and open up the doors and stuff, it'll set that little thing off too. And then within the trips, it'll tell you distance, duration, average speed, fuel economy, And then you can also set up alerts for this. It'll tell you if there's any rapid accelerations or harsh brakes. That's really accurate. I tested it out with the car. It'll let you know it's really accurate. Also the max RPMs. And let's see what you can set, everything that you can set alerts for. So yeah, you can set up notifications for a ton of stuff. Trip start, trip complete. I have them pretty much all turned off, but low fuel, disturbances, yeah, check engine light. That one's great. It'll tell you if the check engine light comes on, especially since like I use it for my rental car. So, you know, if the check engine light comes on, I want to know. Then I can contact the renter and make sure they don't keep driving it with the check engine light on and damage the car. Air filter, I don't know what that means. Here's the diagnostic trouble codes that I was talking about. You can set up like a geofencing or virtual boundary sort of thing. So I think it's kind of like it'll alert you, say if you set the boundary to like 2 miles from your house, it'll let you know if the car goes past that. And that's pretty much everything right there. I would recommend the Bouncie one over this probably because it is cheaper per month, unless you just get a really good deal on this. Or I actually got 2 of them for free. The guy at the store was giving them away. He said he would give them away as like promos sometimes. You have a couple of used ones that he just gave me for free. But the Bouncie one is $2 less per month. But obviously if you need those extra features, that'd be worth it to you. Like obviously the roadside assistance, that'd be worth a lot. So I'd recommend this over the Bouncie if you don't have a hybrid or an electric car and it's just for your personal car. And then one more thing that I forgot to mention is the technical support for the Smart Ride is really bad. It's basically you just talk to the technical support for like all of Metro. I mean, there's no special tech support just for this device. So I mean, I called them up and you know they weren't even aware that it didn't work for hybrids. Like right when it wasn't working, I was pretty sure that I knew what the issue was and that it wasn't gonna work for my Prius. But you know, the guy over the phone was just like resetting the device and just going through basic things to try to reset it. Where Bouncie has really good customer support because all they do, the company just makes that one device, I'm pretty sure. And I chatted with them before I bought it to ask if it would work with hybrids, and they said, yeah, it should work, no problem. And if it doesn't work, they had some thing that they could use or some program or add onto the app to get it to work. And the chat support was really good. Like they responded pretty much right away. And if I had a problem with it, I know that I could tell it'd be really easy to get help for it. And I'm pretty sure they would actually know what they're talking about. So like there's a OBD2 port right there, what it would plug into. But when you get a splitter, it'll split that into 2. So you bring one down there where it would normally be. And then, let's see if I can get a view of it. You can hook the tracker. There's a little edge of it right there. Can't really see it, but you can hook the tracker up to the other end and then just stick it up there somewhere. Use some zip ties just to tie the wires together. So here's like that end of it there, where the factory one, where it plugged into that one, and it splits into this one, and then another one that goes under the tracker, kind of down there, and that allows you, and it just allows you to completely hide it, so nobody will really have any idea that it's down there. And I just use like some 3M double-sided tape. It's some really sticky stuff. It's meant for the exterior of cars actually, so that thing's not going to come off. And you use the zip ties, and I'll leave a link where you can buy the double-sided tape and the OBD2 splitter. This is like the ones that I got right here, and at least on Toyotas and Hondas, if you get, it's kind of hard to see because this one's white, but they have these little tab things right here that help it clip into place. On my Civic and the Fit, they clipped into place just like the factory one, and it looks the same as the factory one. So I'd recommend getting those, and just look in your car and see what they look like, and like get one that looks similar. Like you can see in this picture here, they have these tabs that clip into place. They also, like, they make ones like this one that don't have those tabs. So this you'd have to tape into place and they wouldn't look like factory. So I'd recommend getting the other ones. I'll leave a link to these too.